Omoye was beautiful, sharp-tongued and full of fire. She had the kind of beauty that could stop a moving keke, but her mouth was sharper than a razor. Her husband, Femi, was a calm and patient man, the kind of man who never raised his voice, no matter how bad things got. They lived in a three-bedroom flat in Lekki, Lagos. Femi worked in a tech company while Omoye ran a beauty salon near their estate. At the start of their marriage, things were sweet. They laughed together, took long walks in the evening, and kissed in traffic while waiting for the red light. But after 2 years, things began to change. Omoye became a nag. She would complain about everything: his clothes, the food, the way he laughed, the way he blinked, even the way he breathed. Femi, must you always wear that ugly blue shirt? Femi, why are you always watching football like you're one of the players? Femi, is this only jollof rice you know how to eat? Femi didn't shout back. He just smiled and did whatever would make peace. But inside, his heart was quietly breaking. He missed the sweet woman he married. Omoye, on the other hand, felt unappreciated. She thought Femi no longer found her attractive. She thought his quietness meant he didn't care. So she nagged more, hoping to get a reaction. What she didn't know was that someone was watching. Her best friend Zainab, who always came to visit, had been observing their marriage closely. Zainab was secretly in love with Femi. She liked his quiet strength and gentle smile. One day, Zainab sent Femi a text pretending it was a mistake. "I miss you, baby," the message read. Femi ignored it, but she kept trying. "You deserve better," she told him one day when Omoye had stormed out after shouting at him. "A man like you shouldn't suffer this way." Femi felt uncomfortable. He didn't want trouble, but something inside him started listening. Meanwhile, at home, Omoye was planning a surprise. She booked a weekend getaway in Obudu Cattle Ranch to fix their marriage. But before she could tell Femi, she saw a strange text on his phone. It was from Zainab. "Can't wait to see you again." Omoye's heart froze. She thought Femi was cheating. She didn't ask questions. She went online, blasted a long message, and tagged Femi. "Men are scum. After all my love and sacrifice, this is how you repay me." The post went viral. Her followers were dropping fire emojis and crying faces. Zainab, seeing the mess, pretended to be shocked and comforted Omoye, even though she was the one causing it. Femi was shocked too. He tried to explain, but Omoye refused to listen. She moved out and stayed with her cousin in Surulere. Weeks passed. Femi stopped trying. He focused on work. He got a promotion. He started going to the gym. Women noticed him more now, but he wasn't interested. Deep down, he still loved Omoye. One day, Omoye fell sick, a serious illness. Her cousin called Femi in panic. Femi rushed to the hospital and stayed by her side for days. He fed her, cleaned her mouth, and even slept on the hospital floor. Omoye opened her eyes and saw him praying beside her bed. That moment broke her. She started crying. "I'm sorry, Femi. I pushed you too far." Femi held her hand. "I never stopped loving you, but you stopped seeing me." When Omoye got better, they went to therapy together. She learned that her constant complaints made Femi feel small. He learned that she only wanted to feel desired again. Their love was rebuilt slowly, like a broken house being repaired brick by brick. But just when things were getting better, another twist came. Zena posted a picture of herself pregnant with a caption, "He's mine now." Everyone assumed it was Femi. Rumors spread fast. Omoye almost collapsed. "After everything again?" But Femi laughed. "I haven't even spoken to Zainab in months." They did a DNA test. The baby wasn't Femi's. It belonged to Zainab's ex-boyfriend, who had come back into her life silently. Zainab had lied to make Omoye leave Femi for good. But now, her secret was out. Zainab became a laughingstock on social media. She deleted all her accounts and disappeared. Femi and Omoye became stronger after that. Omoye apologized publicly, just like she had accused him publicly. "My husband is not perfect, but he's faithful and kind. I was the one who didn't see it." People clapped, some cried. They went on a getaway to Obudu finally, and it was like a second honeymoon. Months later, they started a vlog. from nagging to loving to help other couples. It became popular across Nigeria. Their love story, once messy and full of drama, became an inspiration. And from that day, whenever Omoye felt like nagging, she would just smile, take a deep breath, and say, "Let me go and hug my man instead." Femi would always smile back and say, "That's my queen. Love won." As their love continued to grow stronger, Femi and Omoye decided to renew their wedding vows in a quiet garden in Abuja. It wasn't a big ceremony, just close friends and family. Omoye wore a simple white dress with Ankara embroidery, while Femi wore a clean white agbada with gold patterns. When they exchanged their vows again, there wasn't a single dry eye in the garden. Even the pastor paused for a moment to wipe his face. After the ceremony, they hosted a small dinner where they both shared stories of their past challenges and how love, forgiveness, and understanding helped them survive. Their vlog, From Nagging to Loving, kept growing. They shared videos about communication in marriage, love languages, how to settle quarrels without hurting each other, and even how to spice up their relationship with simple romantic gestures. Nigerians from across the country, single, married, divorced, started sending them messages asking for advice. They even got invited to a talk show on national TV. Omoye was nervous at first, but Femi held her hand on set and whispered, "You're stronger than you think." And truly she was. But life wasn't done throwing twists their way. One evening after recording the video, Femi received an anonymous email. The message said, "Your wife is still hiding something from you. Check her salon account." At first, he ignored it, but curiosity got the better of him. When he checked the salon account books, he noticed large amounts of money missing. When he asked Omoye, she looked uncomfortable. After a few minutes, she confessed, "I'm sorry, Femi. I didn't know how to tell you. My younger brother, Kenny, got into trouble in Enugu. He borrowed money from some boys and they came after him. I used the money to settle it before it became dangerous. I just didn't want to burden you again." Femi sighed. "Omoye, I'm your husband. We are supposed to carry burdens together." "I know," she said, crying. "Old habits. I was scared you would think I was causing more drama." Instead of fighting, they sat together that night and planned how to refill the salon funds. Femi sold off one of his crypto assets and gave her the money, saying, "Next time, no secrets, okay?" She nodded and hugged him tight. But another surprise came the following month. Omoye missed her period. At first, she thought it was stress, but then she started throwing up every morning. They bought a test kit, positive, at age 38 after 10 years of waiting and believing that maybe children were part of their story. They were finally going to be parents. The news brought both fear and joy. Moye was scared. What if something goes wrong? Femi held her and said, "This baby came at the perfect time. We are ready now." Her pregnancy journey was not smooth. There were days when she was sick and moody, but Femi didn't complain. He became a nurse, cook, driver, and prayer partner. Every night he rubbed her feet and spoke to her belly, saying, "Hi, baby, it's daddy. Don't worry, your mommy is just being her sweet, dramatic self." Then one morning, while Femi was at work, she and screamed. Neighbors rushed in. She was rushed to the hospital. Femi left him like a madman through traffic. At the hospital, the doctor came out and said, "We had to do an emergency operation. The baby's heartbeat is dropping." Femi went to the hospital chapel and knelt down. "God, please, I can lose anything but not her, not this baby." After 2 hours, the doctor returned. "Your wife and baby are safe." Femi cried. Big, heavy tears rolled down his cheeks. That night, he held his baby girl for the first time. She had tiny fingers and bright eyes. They named her Ifunaya, meaning love. That girl became the joy of their lives, even when Omoye tried to nag again. Ifunaya would giggle or babble, and the whole house would be filled with laughter instead of tension. A year later, Omoye wrote a book titled My Mouth Almost Broke My Marriage. It became a bestseller in Nigeria. She taught schools, churches, women groups, and even prisons, telling her story. She told them how her constant complaints nearly destroyed the man who loved her and how she learned that peace builds better than pressure. Femi also became a relationship coach for men. He taught them how to handle tough women, how to set boundaries, and most importantly, how to stay gentle without being weak. They became the couple everyone talked about, not because they were perfect, but because they were real. Then came another surprise. Omoye got a call from her long lost mother who had abandoned her when she was a child. The woman said she had cancer and wanted to make peace before dying. Omoye was furious. Where were you when I needed you? When I cried and nobody answered? But Femi encouraged her. Forgive. It's not for her, it's for you. So Omoye traveled to Jos to see her mother. They cried and talked. Old wounds were opened, but slowly they began to heal. Her mother passed away 2 months later, but not before holding Ifunaya and saying, Thank you for giving me a second chance. The story of Omoye and Femi became a movie. A big production studio bought the rights to their book and vlog, and soon their faces were on cinema posters across the country. The movie was titled The Nagging Wife. At the premiere, as the crowd clapped, Omoye leaned close to Femi and whispered, You really didn't leave, even when I gave you every reason to. Femi smiled. I didn't marry you for the good days. I married you for every day. And so their journey continued, not perfect but quiet, but full of love, growth, and surprising joy. Their story reminded many people that sometimes behind a nagging tongue is a sacred heart, and behind a quiet man is a deep river of patience. When two imperfect people choose to fight for each other instead of fighting against each other, a stormy marriage can become a sweet love story. The end. Here are three powerful moral lessons from this story. 1. Communication and understanding are key to a healthy marriage. Even though Femi stayed silent during arguments, it didn't mean it wasn't hurting. And though Omoye kept nagging, it came from a desire to feel loved again. Once they both learned to communicate honestly and calmly, healing began. Every strong relationship needs open communication, patience, and mutual understanding. 2. Don't let outside influence destroy your home. Zainab, a close friend, nearly ruined their marriage by planting lies and pretending to care. Omoye acted based on assumptions without confirming facts. This teaches us to be careful who we let into our private lives and never allow outsiders to influence how we all treat our loved ones. 3. Forgiveness and growth can rebuild what's broken. Even after betrayal, anger, and pain, Femi and Omoye found their way back to love. They chose forgiveness over bitterness and used their story to help others. This shows that no matter how damaged a relationship may seem, growth is possible when both people are willing to change, forgive, and fight for each other. Thanks for watching. Please like, share, leave a comment, and don't forget to subscribe for more beautiful stories like this.